Next up on Howler for an Hour, we have Golden Treasure, The Great Green. As far as I can tell, this is sort of a visual novel or adventure game that involves you being a dragon. I think it's enough information. Let's hop in. A box without hinges, key, or lid, yet golden treasure inside is hid. What is it? Bilbo Baggins, The Hobbit. Oh, we're going to start with a Hobbit quote. All right, that's interesting. You are alone in the chamber. There is one wall which surrounds you utterly, in every direction and on every side. The wall is made of love, and it embraces you. Its inherent goodness is an obvious and complete truth. The wall is made of love. There is a rhythm in the chamber, a beat and flow which has always been. It is the only way you can tell between sleeping and waking. When awake, you can feel the rhythm, and when asleep, you cannot. Which time do you enjoy most? I enjoy being awake. I prefer the quiet of the sleeping times. I enjoy being... awake, I guess, because the rhythm. Even now, in the beginning, you reach towards change, toward the future. The thrum of the rhythm promises everything to you, and will soon blossom into reality. You have gained a large amount of air mastery. Okay. Then after a time, you hear the voice. At first, you did not know there was a voice, only a strange sensation unfolding in your mind. A soothing warmth, pulses of orange color, and the comforting taste of brimstone on your tongue. And yet you are alone here in the chamber. Could there be something outside? You reach out, forming a colored echo in your thoughts and sending it beyond your reality. And you are rewarded with an explosion of purest joy ringing through your essence and echoing through your mind. In time, you learn the differences between the emotions, the colors of the mind that the voice outside the wall would pour into you through its mind song, and which you would pour back. And so you discover happiness and sadness, anger and calm, fear and curiosity, and an innumerable spectrum of others. And then the images come, pictures etched in neon relief in your mind by the song of the voice. They are images of amazing beings, of stately tree, and honorable, reliable stone, of chattering stream and murmuring sea, and of the great giver who is also called Sun, and the great birther who receives the sun and gives birth to all things, who is also called Earth. Earth and Sun are the greatest of beasts, mightiest of all the animals. But next to them in might are your people, the true children of above and below, that kin unto each other, who are also called Drak. The voice then asks you a question. O tiny kin yet to be, which shall you become? Sun, the radiant one, the great giver who rules and slays and is slain and reborn each day. Or Earth, who circle dances to the sun's music, who nurtures, peaceful and omnipotent, births all good beasts, knows all silent secrets, and abides forever. What do you guys think? For me is the power and the glory and the rise and the fall both. I wish to be Sun. For me is the knowing and the healing and the dance of the circle. I wish to be Earth. I'd prefer Earth as well. Let's do Earth. The voice responds by singing a vision and feeling of cool, damp earth, pregnant with green life into you. On this path lies a power, hidden but great. May you find a deeper peace amidst the violence of existence. You've gained a large amount of Earth mastery, so I have both air and Earth. That's a good mix. Time has little meaning in the chamber, marked only by the rhythm within you. The wall also seems to embrace you just a little more closely with each moment. The voice from outside leaves and returns again and again, continue to instruct you, gently and at a slow pace, ensuring that you can receive its song and build yourself around it. It teaches you of the many good beasts, those of fur and scale and feather and fin. Some are swift, like the hopping longear, and some are powerful, like the horned grazers. But all are good, and all have their own music. I see squirrels, by the way. Most importantly, it teaches you the two great laws. First, that you are a destroyer. To live is good, and you may only preserve your life by tearing away the life of others. You must destroy. Find that which calls you to you and destroy it, and take it into yourself, and grow mighty. Predator. If you fail to destroy, you will waste away and be yourself destroyed, and all your music will become silence. Second, you are a creator. All creators are one of two kinds. Givers, who give of their essence during the dance of creation, or birthers, who receive the essence and weave new life from it, bringing it forth in the fullness of time. Males and females. This is really well written. When you have grown great, you must seek out another who is also great and of opposite nature, and through the dance of creation become a source of the future. If you fail in this, the destiny of the children of heaven and earth will waste away, and where there was might, there have been the echo of your music, and the time beyond yourself, there will only be silence. So it is, was, and shall be. There is a brief silence, during which you sense there is enough space for one question. What do you ask? I ask how best to consume the essence of others. I ask if the voice is my creator. Was it one of the two whose dance created me? I ask how to do the dance of creation. I asked whether it is possible to live without destroying others. I quietly considered these deep within myself and sought no answers from the voice. What would you guys like me to pick? These are color-coded, which may be indicating elements. Perhaps fire, earth, not sure, air, and... well, actually, that's probably earth. I'm not sure. Is it possible to live without destroying others? Was it one of the two whose dance created me? Ah, I see. That is the most intriguing question. Let's see. Be not crippled by fear, nor by shallow sympathy. There is no other way to exist. All the unaccountable beings of the one song are destroyers, great and small. Such has been commanded to all by the beast of time and space, which is also called reality, and so you must accept it with joy. But you shall choose just what you become a destroyer of, and what you will not, and in that choice lies the power to bring change. Earth and water mastery. Okay. Beyond the two great laws sings the voice. There is one lesser law. It is not great. If you violate it, you shall not be destroyed. Nevertheless, taste this truth, and chain it within your mind. By the way, can you see my cursor? I assume you cannot see my cursor. I might add that in later. You must seek treasure. Treasure comes in many kinds, but you will know it when you find it. Treasure is something rare, and of worth to all the true children of heaven and earth. By taking treasure as your own, you shall prove your greatness to other kin. Whether obtained by strength of body or of mind, or any other thing, it matters not. All that matters is that you must treasure all treasures to yourself. Some are obvious, but well guarded, and some require little strength, but are difficult to find. None, though, are both obvious and easily obtained, or they would not be treasure. If I do not need to survive, why must I seek treasure? What is the greatest treasure? Are all treasures can be such as can be spelled and touched and seen? Will you give me a treasure, great voice? I allow silence to reign, seeking answers within myself. I think I'll pick blue again, yeah. Are all treasures such as can be smelled and touched and seen? No. While all can value that which is rare and beautiful and can be sensed, some few count other things among the treasures. Things such as rare truths and ways of being, or the knowledge of true songs, which destroy and create in strange ways, but not all can agree as to their worth. If you can, you must seek to build a golden trove, a vast gathering of glittering treasure, which none could deny. Hunt not the unknown, that path is less sure. However, you sense there are indeed things less known, which some may find to be very, very great treasure. You've gained some air, earth, and water mastery. We've gained every mastery except for fire, which is probably okay. The voice of song grows softer. Now I leave you, my kin and my creation. You may never hear my song again, nor I yours. I've imparted the two great laws, as is my duty. You are a destroyer, and you are a creator. And these truths are woven into you like warmth into blessed flame. If you cease to be a destroyer or creator, you would no longer be kin. And you know of the lesser law, the seeking and taking of the treasure. Though you may survive and be well fed and strong of body, if you have no treasure, you will never be called great among the kin. You will never know the pleasure of the dance of creation, and your creator self will languish in a frigid void. All other laws are false. These alone bind us. Remember that you are the Draken. All other beings of this world must stand in the shadow of your beautiful and terrible music. The rhythm at which you now feel flowing through you is the rhythm of life. To have the rhythm within you is to be alive. To be silent without the rhythm is the perfect sign of death. Nature shall now be your guide, companion, and opponent, your friend, enemy, and always, always your teacher. There is no being born of earth, the great birther, and sun, the great giver, greater than you. The music of our people is great. Rejoice, knowing that your essence has been woven into such a body, and that such a fate is yours. When you at last escape from the wall which I have put around you, both to keep you safe and to test you, then you will be worthy to begin the great adventure which some call life. And with that final message, the idea of yourself exploding from potentiality into reality, the voice fades and is gone. You know that it will not return. How do you feel in that moment? Relieved to be alone again, excited to begin the mysterious journey ahead, abandoned by my creator, admiration for my creator, or nothing? I think excited. You are eager to show the world how great you are and how much greater you shall become. You dance a tiny, tiny dance within the confines of the chamber and sing raw, pure songs of hope and longing into the nothingness beyond the wall. I finally gained some fire mastery doing that, so I have a little mastery of everything. But we primarily have air. For a time you are left alone again within the chamber. You feel the measured beating of your rhythm within you, and drift in and out of consciousness. The wall seems to have gotten smaller, hugging you tightly indeed. Your rhythm is swelled into mighty chords, and your breath is fierce against your legs. Suddenly, without warning, the voice returns. It is not a measured song rife of ordered sigils like as last time, but a lurid gush of feelings and ideas suddenly thrust upon you. Beware of the other seed, the no-tells, the flat faces. Beware their terrible music. Beware the seed of the others. Beware. The no-tells, the flat... You meet humans? And suddenly there is an awful silence, a space left behind, where something should have been. Just a moment. Alright. Now there's an else cursor. No other voices enter your mind. A few times, you think you may be receiving a song, but it always proves to be simply yourself echoing tiny hopes, fears, and dreams. Meanwhile, the wall, which is made of love and which has always, always embraced you, is squeezing you very tightly. Its love, once so pure and benign, has become toxic. You're pressed so mercilessly you can barely breathe, and to make matters worse, you feel a horrible emptiness, a draining within your core. You must do something. Push against the wall, be silent, still and silent, breathe and wait. Now we gotta push. It loves you, you know, but it must now be broken. You push and struggle, feeling your body move this way, then that, but the wall thwarts your every move on every side. It is not through pushing, but rather through unfolding your whole self, limb by limb and muscle by muscle, that you at last achieve the first true success in the music of your life. You hear, not with your mind but with your ears, your actual ears, the cracking and crunching of the wall as it breaks slowly apart, and then see with your own eyes your first vision of true light. It's probably a way to bad end by not hatching, yeah. Well, Tubby, to be the greatest does not mean to be invincible, necessarily. Part 1. Happy those early days, when on some gilded cloud or flower, my gazing soul would dwell an hour, and in those weaker glories spy some shadows of eternity. Henry Vaughan, The Retreat. You are somewhere inside the body of Earth, the great birther. Her semi-soft flesh is veined here and there with the grasping roots of trees, or blockaded by stones who stare blindly at you. The air here tastes of comfort and slumber, and your own body feels as though it is in good condition. But you feel a burning in your core. You know that it is the destroyer within, eager for substance to fuel your being. If you fail to find anything to destroy, the emptiness will overtake you and your life will be lost. You sense nothing to consume here, though. A few illuminating rays tumble in from above, but your vision is still dim and unsteady. Perhaps you could leave this place by crawling up the tangle of roots overhead. Whenever you consider a task which your will alone cannot conquer, you will get a sense of whether you will succeed or fail based on your elemental attributes. Climbing up the roots would require a certain amount of fluidity and flexibility, which are the domain of the water element. Okay. Red indicates that you cannot succeed, at least not without problems, in your current state, while green indicates that you're feeling that you certainly can. Yellow means that it is too close to be sure. Okay, so it's yellow. As you make choices, your health and energy may be affected as well. Success brings benefits, but be not too afraid of failure. Through it, all beings learn and grow strong, while success is little to teach. Now choose, newborn. What will you do? Examine what's left of the wall. Claw your way through the hard earth downwards in the direction of the Earth's embrace. Claw your way through the softer soil sideways and upwards towards the light. Very low chance there. Use your limbs and jaws to climb directly up the chain roots. That's our best bet. Also, can you guys hear the ambience, the sound effects? If you can't, I'll turn it up a bit more. Let's examine what's left of the wall. The chamber of your creation seems so small now. Moments ago, it was your entire reality. Perhaps there is another reality beyond this one you now see, into which you will one day hatch. Alright, thank you for that information. I have turned up the game volume. Please let me know if this is good. Have you any further business with the wall? It does not smell attractive. Leave the ruins of the wall where they are. Consume the wall. Perhaps it will ease the emptiness within. I don't think eggshell is going to be good to eat. Pretty sure that doesn't have any actual nutritional value, so let's leave it be. You've grown beyond the wall and so you have no further use for it. You allow Earth to reclaim it. You've gained some Earth mastery. Okay. Alright, so our best bet is to try to climb up the roots, so let's do that. Looks like the other options would just waste our time, and possibly our energy, which is not necessarily good. I don't know how to check our energy. Is it... Oh, what's this? Oh, that's our settings. Some reptiles do eat their shells. Well, we could have probably done so, but we gained Earth Mastery for not doing so, so I think I'm okay with that. So we have some, okay. That's a really cool menu button, because it's it doesn't break the flow of the game, you know, it doesn't break the look of things. What do these stones do? Nothing. Only that one does something. Okay. Alright, let's climb on up. You float steadily upwards through the hidden spaces between the roots and stones, twisting your body to fill the empty spaces. The light grows as you emerge into a still larger chamber. You have a bar at the bottom. Oh yes, I do see it. That twisty bar. That is probably our health, more or less. This space is much larger than last, and though you are still sheltered by Earth's body, light is more plentiful here. You may be approaching her skin. A clean azure flavor slides across your tongue. Water, the comforter and supporter of all life, is here, gathered into a still body before you. Something within you resonates with it, drawing you towards it. What is your will? Let's draw closer to the water. You move closer. So that's what we look like. I wonder if the way you look is determined by the way you answer the questions at the beginning. This is pretty. I like this. And for the first time, you see yourself. Your body, sculpted and painted by time and space, is almost beyond description. Your armor shines subtly with Earth's rich hues, like the promise of precious things buried deep. Yeah, because we selected Earth, didn't we? So, yeah, that's kind of cool. So I bet you have a different look depending. Your feathers, each one dyed with more colors than you know the names of, long for the touch of air, and you are crowned with plumes so that all the other good beasts may know of your sovereignty. Your long neck, graceful limbs, and subtle tail transform every motion into a weaving cascade of flowing movement. Seeing your true form for the first time, you feel surprised, afraid, proud, or peaceful. Whenever I am given a choice, feel free to chime in on your own thoughts. I feel like peaceful. This is a cute, kind of frilled and fuzzy form. I like it. Deep within your mind, you knew the truth of what you were, even when you were in the chamber. Yes, this is reality. This is the body into which your essence has been woven. These are the limbs with which you will walk the paths of this life, the teeth and claws with which you will mete out the judgment of destruction upon other beings. This is the fruit of your creators, and this is the body whose legacy may be bequeathed to others, if you survive long enough and are found worthy. This is yourself. You are content. You have gained some Earth Mastery. Okay. What is your will? Let's have some water. Yeah, see, we can see it down here at the bar if you pay attention. When I consume water, that ups that, which is good. Let's do that. You lower your mouth into the body of water and use your tongue to take some of it into you. It flows pleasantly down, trickling into your core, relieving you of a little of the emptiness within, soothing your essence. You've gained a little energy. Water's reputation as a friend to all life is apparently well-deserved. Your core demands something which water alone cannot slack, though. With nothing else to do within this space, you follow the whispering air and light outward. Hello there, Car. Incidentally, Car, I'm playing a game that I think you would love. You probably should watch this stream back, honestly. This video back later, Car, because the beginning of this was kind of amazing. Now that you have emerged from the Great Mother's flesh, you can see her more completely, and her power and beauty are beyond your wildest hopes. The trees are her feathers, and the mountains her spine. Her breath is the wind, and her essence flows in the streams, rivers, and the distant sea. Above you, Sun, the great giver, shines his own endless essence down upon earth. He blazes above you, mighty in his glory, beautiful and shameless in his circle dance of creation, by which all that carries the rhythm of life is ultimately begotten. The air between them is sweet with life and light, the fruits of their union. The wind blows, teasing your wings. A wild desire to tread the air, to rise above, fills you. What will you do? Yeah, Car, you definitely want to watch back the first part of this stream, because it goes through the birth process of this dragon, and it is beautifully written, and you should read it. Really. Embrace the wind, spread your wings and fly. Know your limitations, climb down from the promontory safely. I mean, we just hatched. Which is safe here? We do seem to have developed wings already, though. Oh, see you later, Akinia. Let's fly. You spread your wings and leap fearlessly from the heights, knowing that Earth cannot hold your Dropkin greatness. For a single beautiful moment, you hang in the air, and then... Uh-oh. Earth rushes swiftly at you. Frantic flay of your limbs does nothing. You tumble to the ground, crashing through treetops and limbs and bushes in the cruel, unforgiving ground. Uh-oh. The full achievement. I see. It is fitting that a kin's reach should exceed their grasp. Failure is a far, far better teacher than success. This grants you a tiny bonus to all four elements. Body ringing with pain, you slowly recover from nature's rebuke. Apparently you are not yet worthy of treading the boundless paths of the above. You sense that you have much growing and learning to do before you can realize your dream of a few moments ago. Your miserably failed attempt at flight seems to have been witnessed by a small winged beast, a lesser child of earth and sun. It stands out against its surroundings in bold black and white. It laughs at you, insulting you with a mocking song. The mighty Dropkin once ruled over Earth. Now I have seen Earth rules their race. O thou who tried to fly just after birth, are chained like a slave by her downward embrace. Let the shame of my song and your body's own pain teach you this, only reach for what you can obtain. You've learned more about the way of the White Blacks. How will you respond? Attack the... I'm not going to attack him. I mean, he's kind of right. Apply with a mockery song of... That sounds amusing. We have a medium chance of that working. Apply with a mockery song of your own. Endure the mockery calmly, yellow. Attempt to get it to divulge a secret. That could be useful. I would kind of like to hear the banter of the mockery song in response. But let's go ahead and endure it calmly. That doesn't seem the earthen way, since we are an earth dragon. Calmly and stoically, you thank the White Black for its warning, and resolve to return such a thoughtful kindness one day. No hint of self-consciousness or aggression taints your song. You're like stone, its taunts washing off your back like water. Having completely failed to shame or disturb you, it wavers, then flees, intimidated by your noble composure. That's pretty good. And as it does so, it drops a small shiny object, which you take for your own, along with the satisfaction of having proven your own superiority simply by not playing its shallow game. To be fair, we did actually we actually did respond in a very draconic way because we didn't play its shallow game. We responded more largely than that, but not by being aggressive either. Shinestone Bauble. While simple and lacking any special powers, this bauble reminds you of your very first success. It's our first treasure, I think. Moving on, you allow the hillside to guide you downward. You have been following the path of a swift-running river for some time when you are struck by a powerful scent. Flicking your tongue out, you taste the sacred essence of one of the kin of the breeze on the breeze, floating on twin wings of pain and decay. There's another flavor as well, something strange, something animal but not, something other. You shudder, your feathers rising upward involuntarily. What could these strange scents mean? The kin whose scent you now smell could possibly explain, but you are now hatched, and beyond the chamber all kin are rivals, seldom welcoming the scent of other Drakh in their territory. Oh, and so we smell the blood of another kin, as well as humans. So still, there is something familiar in that scent, something which tugs at the corners of your mind. Stilling yourself, you carefully draw closer to its source. Destruction. The horrible stillness of a body empty of spirit. The noble red essence of a great kin, shed not in a true dance of destruction, but trapped, tortured, the confusion, the pain. In synergy between its scent and yours, you know without doubt, this was the great being who instructed you as a voice. This was one of your creators. Its rhythm is now silenced, its songs forever stilled. Already tiny spirits of decay infest the vast body, feeding off of it, reducing it to void. Okay, so you remember how the voice talked to us and said that was the last time it was going to talk to us? That was the parent talking to the child in the egg, us. And then it was going to leave, abandoning the egg, because that's apparently what dragons do in this universe. They let the egg hatch on its own and grow on its own. The hatchling grows on its own. It does not have a parent rearing it. Makes sense. However, the voice said it would leave and never come back. It meant to do that, but then it came back, you notice. It actually took back, it went back on its word, came back, and then suddenly warned us about the humans. So, I think, like, the voice was very even and measured. The parent was very evenly and measuredly talking to us in the egg. And then was going to leave, but decided to come back because, with a frantic warning, because of this. Because of this happening. This happened right before that warning, basically. Or right after the warning. Something is clawing at you from within, straining at your heartbone and flooding your mind. Fear and rage and shuddering nausea overtake you one after another, growing and writhing within. You feel yourself instinctively belch fire seed into the back of your throat, only just managing to swallow it again, denying it the chance to explode into a searing flame to consume the things which now sing and dance near the ruins of one who created you. The things, what are they? There is something wrong with them, something very, very wrong. They seem to have more than one skin. Some of them belong to other animals. The brightness of their body heat is darkened by the cold, dead hides they cover themselves with. There is something strange about their oily scents, something familiar, but alongside that, something completely other, like no true animal. They clutch strange things in their forepaws, which you cannot identify, though they reek of the blood of the trees. But most horrifyingly, they have no tails. They are tailless. You are split inside, the air within you screaming to run away as fast as you can from this place, and the fire within urging to destroy these no-tells. Decide, quickly. Well, I mean, if they could take down our parent, I don't think we have much of a chance. There's also a lot of them. We're gonna pick the third option, though. This is a risky option, but it's better than being reckless. You fire your body to the ground and creep forward. You've gained some water mastery. Okay. This is the empty shell of one of the kin, its rhythm stilled. The great body, constructed over hundreds of turnings of the seasons, so hundreds of years old dragon, and nourished by the destruction of thousands of lesser beings, lies quiet, destroyed within just a few moments. Before you hatched, you were taught that all things become silent in time. But beholding the corpse of this great being, one of your own creators, the truth seems all the more urgent and unassailable. The no-tells will soon notice your sense, surely. Retreat from this place. The no-tells are a threat to you. Destroy them. There is a hidden option. If only you had more affinity to the water element or special knowledge of what lies hidden here. Interesting. Okay, well, let's leave. You flow rapidly through the underbrush, scrambling over rotting tree corpses and crashing through shrubs until there is no trace of either scent nor sound of the no-tells. They seem to possess some kind of terrible magic which allows them to cause harm even far away. Again, this seems wrong beyond all possible definition of the word. Is not all order in the world dependent on the simple fairness of having to destroy your enemies with your own body? Perhaps the bizarre things are beyond your ability to deal with as a hatchling. You resolve to Grow stronger so you can bring destruction to them in their misshapen kind. Avoid the no-tails at all costs, keep them safely away. Attempt to learn and imitate their strange magic. Oh boy. That's... I'm intrigued by that last one. Okay. You'll need to take some dangerous chances, but perhaps you can learn their way. You try standing on your hind legs as they do, but though it briefly frees your forepaws, that proves to be an unstable position for you. The thought of covering your beautiful body with the skins of other animals seems wrong. Perhaps there is power there, though. There is too much to think about. You lack information and your core is empty and needs to be filled. For now, you must turn to other things, but perhaps there will be other opportunities to learn about the no-tails. Okay, gained a little bit of everything. You feel something small striking your armor. You turn to see what it is and find nothing, but then it happens again. And again. It's not painful, but it is annoying. Eventually you realize it must be rain, the sacred water of the sky, which sometimes falls to bless the Great Mother, of which you were told while still in the chamber. Soon, rain is falling everywhere, tumbling and vaulting off of leaves and sliding merrily down the grass. It makes it hard to smell and taste the air, and perturbs you as it spatters against your armor. You find shelter in what used to be the den of a family of fur beasts. Their scent lingers only on the edge of your consciousness, and they must have been gone for many suns or even moons. You dig it slightly deeper and broader with your claws, and then settle in, watching rain's downward dive. This is my den. I have a shiny stone, so I put it here. My treasure in my den. Yes, this should suffice for now. Surely grander lairs await you in the future, but you feel comfortable and safe in Earth's body. At last you have a moment to think. You pause, considering your situation. What's this? A moment of reflection will make your current feelings and thoughts clear. Awareness of one's own state of being is key to survival in this harsh and beautiful world. Oh, this is like our quest list. This bauble inspires you, very slightly increasing all 4 elements. So the bauble will increase all our elements. We're hungry. Our chorus sings a growling song of emptiness, occasionally to remind us of our duty as a story of our life. Your body is in fine condition. Your abilities are unaffected by any wounds. So that crashing down from the trees was more of an injury to pride than injury to body. No trace of the no-tails can be smelled near your den. Explore the valley, find treasures, and seek the entrance to the Great Green. All right. What's this button do? What's this button do? Play the song. Can I select this button now? Not yet. Okay. You may also draw your thoughts towards any treasure or artifacts you have found. Okay. Oh, this. Shinestone Bauble. While simple and lacking any special powers, this bauble reminds you of your very first success. Where we showed that mockingbird what for by being like way too even and stoic, and it just got intimidated. We had a calm power there with that bird. I like that. I really like that that's an option in the game. There is little there now, but if you survive and are bold yet wise, you will gather many. Perhaps some will even have strange and wondrous powers. Here you can recall the many denizens of the Great Green you'll meet. As you explore, hunt, and survive, your knowledge of each of the many tribes and peoples of good beasts will grow, and their scents will be revealed to you. We do not know of Tubby yet. So let's see. Treetail is a squirrel. Dark Sweet is gopher? Prickleback, yeah, it's a porcupine. Lesser Stinkstrike, is that a weasel? Lumberkin, badger. Longear bunny. Tailbeast is a snake. Deathbite tailbeast, venomous snake. Shimmerling, not sure, it looks like a peacock kind of. Lesser Slideclaw, kitty. Oh, skunk, of course, that makes sense. Lesser Stinkbeast, skunk. What? Okay. No, ferret. No, lesser Stinkbeast would be skunk. Lesser Stinkbeast, Stinkstrike might be, that might be a ferret, because ferrets actually have quite a musk. Rainscale, fish. Salmon. Shellbeast, turtle. Waterwing, how many other? There's quite a few. Waterwing is a duck. Snowfeather's a swan or a goose. Suncaller, the rooster, aka also chicken. Surefoot slave, the cow. Lesser spearbill, crane. Woodstrider, deer. Clansinger, wolf. Tusk-snort, warthog. Surefoot, goat. Great horn surefoot, antelope? Wait, no, wait. Looks like a sheep. Surefoot slave looks like a sheep. Hold on. Oh yeah, that's a sheep. My bad. Good point. Great stink strike. Yeah, that's a bit. That might be a weasel. Ferret, a weasel probably. Goat with bighorns. Yes, bighorn. Well, it's a bighorn goat actually. That's a type. Great grazer. That's a bull. Hillback. That's a buffalo. Plains runner is a horse. Lesser lumberer is a bear. Probably a black bear. Great lumberer, probably a grizzly bear. Short-tailed slideclaw, that's a bobcat. Great slideclaw, a lion. Blazetail, fox. Firefox, Blazetail. Day skyclaw, that's an eagle. Night skyclaw, yep, owl. Blackburn, that's a crow. White-black, well, we met them. This is a white-black, known for being both clever and annoying in equal measure. Like their close relations, the blackburns, their intelligence is beyond question. Few, if any, beings so small can boast such dense and inventive minds. However, their cleverness is sometimes so extreme that it becomes stupidity. They are quite mercenary, sometimes ripping pieces off of larger beasts to eat and leaving them bleeding, but also very proud, quite convinced of their own superiority. They might be a useful ally. Yeah, they're kind of dicks, but they're very smart. They could be a useful ally. It seems like you might be able to ally with some of these creatures, after all, depending on your decisions. So that's a mockingbird. Probably. Layerwing. Not sure. Well, I said one of the earlier ones was either a goose or a swan. This might be the swan. Great spearbill. Oh, okay. What's this bird called again? I don't remember. Shift scale. Different type of fish I don't know. And long scale. Another type of fish I don't know. Okay. And if you wish to leave the waking dream of this life and return to your other reality, or change certain aspects of this one, you'll find such thoughts here. Your progress will automatically be saved and remembered, so do not fear the void. Man, I love how in-universe all this is. Like, even this description of the settings menu. That's great. Flamingo? Yeah, it doesn't have flamingo. It didn't have long enough legs for that. That was my original thought, but... Also, I like how many options are. Like, I can increase the text size, for instance, if I want. I think it's fine at this size, though. You guys can read it fine, right? Your relationship with the Great Four, the elements which make up your reality, will be the key to your survival. At any time, you may draw your thoughts up towards the elements to more clearly comprehend their gifts. Each element bears a sigil, which will grow and change as you gather more of the infinite truths of the world to yourself, and each governs a different aspect of your abilities. Okay. So the larger the sigil, the more goated it, bigger, the more stuff I have. So, like, for instance, fire is the weakest thing I have, while it looks like air might be the best. It's blue for some reason, so water is also quite good. I'm probably quite even, pretty much, except for fire, anyways. Hello, Prate. The fire element governs your physical strength and ferocity, as well as the power of your fiery breath. The water element governs your perception, empathy, flexibility, and stealth. Okay, water is kind of the thing for me then. The earth element governs endurance, health, and fortitude. The more you understand and imitate this element, the more patient and difficult to destroy you'll become. A mix of water and earth sounds like my thing. The air element governs quickness and intellect. Agility of both body and mind belong to the sphere. Oh, admittedly air. You know, that's really interesting. So the elements, the way I selected my questions and stuff, the fact that I'm prioritizing pretty easily between water, earth, and air makes sense because all of those elements have something that I find, like, inherently me. Intellect, patience, perception, and empathy, you know? Those are all things I value heavily, so it kind of makes sense that those would be the elements I ended up with. This is a really well-done system. As you grow in understanding and experience, your degree of enlightenment within the four elements will increase. Each degree brings gifts. By recalling each specific element, you can remember which gifts you have earned, and what temporary factors, such as injuries, may be affecting it. Okay. So a gift may injure. Interesting. Earning gifts is not affected by temporary effects, and only when your natural level of enlightenment is high enough will you gain new abilities. Already, your actions and decisions have strengthened your connections and granted you certain advantages, such as... What do we have? You've achieved the first grade of mastery of the fire element. You may now use Power Strike, a physical attack which deals heavy damage if you win the elemental clash of moderate damage. Okay. Gotta read fast. You have achieved the first grade of mastery of the water element. You can now use Flowing Strike, a water technique which does light physical damage, may do official damage based on the enemy's fire attribute. So, weakness against fire. Oh, I see, Car, I see. You have achieved the first grade of mastery of the earth element. You may brace in combat, which does not harm your opponent, but greatly reduces incoming damage. This also gives you a chance to observe your foe, increasing your knowledge of it. Oh, that's useful. You have achieved the first grade of mastery of the air element. You may use Swift Strike, a clawing air attack which deals light physical damage, may harm your opponent before it has a chance to harm you. This is a very intriguing game, and I wonder how deep it goes. I'm going to come back to this, absolutely. I don't even know how close we are to the hour. Probably pretty close. But I'm enjoying this a lot. Remember that failure is a far better teacher than success. Mistakes and losses bring with them the best lessons. If you lose a challenge, you may suffer in the short term, but your elemental abilities are likely to increase. Certain gifts and treasures may also affect your elemental abilities. After all, we took flight right at the beginning of the game because they were so inspirational. We were on a cliffside, but then we realized, oh yeah, we just hatched, we can't fly, and then we crashed down. Then we got mocked by a bird, for anyone who wasn't here for that. That was like, you can't fly, you're supposed to be the greatest creature, yet the earth claims you. And then we responded to that mocking by not attacking it or mocking it back or getting mad. We responded by a patient grace and thanking him for his advice. And the bird faltered at that because he was trying to incite us, and we were too patient for him, so he got intimidated and left. That was a great way of dealing with that encounter. We gained earth. I think we gained earth from that. So, yeah, failing is not necessarily bad. This cozy nook is a good place to rest. If your body has been damaged, it will slowly mend on its own, but spending a sun resting here will greatly increase the speed at which you recover. A few scratches will not hinder you, but any significant wound will impact your ability to hunt, fight, and even to think clearly. The rain is past and the great above is cleared, but the world is darkening. Night must be approaching. You slip out of your den to investigate. Look up the air element again. Okay. All right, let's take a look at this before we continue. You have achieved the first grade, so we have the ball. Okay, so it's just, you can see there's actually an experience bar if you look. See, there's a section I need to complete to fill it to get to a new. So we can look at we can also. So what we have burning breath, a fire attack used during the dance of destruction. This is what we started the game with. Summon your fiery breath in battle to burn your foes. This attack deals light fire damage to an enemy. Bonus effect, it may also set your foe on fire, dealing extra damage. Costs a small amount of energy. Okay. How about? So we have Power Strike, which you summon your fire. You can attack with a single mighty bite, deals moderate damage based on fire mastery, and bonus effect, you completely overrule your opponent, dealing major damage based on your fire mastery. So it's very aggressive. I don't know why the element changed. Though actually, look at the bar. I think I know what's going on. That element, I believe the color indicates that is my strongest element. Because if you notice, my air element has the most experience on the whole bar. So I do believe that the color simply indicates which one of my elements is the most powerful, basically. Also, is the piano too loud? Let me know. So Flowing Strike has a bonus effect of channeling your opponent's force against them, dealing light damage based on using their own force against them. Okay. The piano is just right. Good. Oh, what else do we have? We have Bite, the most basic of attacks. You lash out with your claws or bite, dealing moderate damage based on your fire mastery. Fire mastery? Even though it's under the earth? Okay. Alright then. An earth attack used during the dance of destruction. You tighten your stance. It's not really attack. You tighten your stance, preventing you from attacking, but significantly reducing the physical damage that can be dealt to you. This also gives you a chance to observe your foe, which sounds very useful, because I want to observe things. And then Swift Strike, quick snapping by your opponent. You catch your opponent off guard. Damage is dealt before they have a chance to act. This can weaken your opponent or even destroy them before they can act. How do I put this screen away? The only thing I haven't figured out is how do I put this screen like this? You know. Oh well, whatever. You emerge in time to see your first sun ending. Oh wait, I probably just have to hit this again, don't I? There we go. Alright. You emerge in time to see your first sun ending, and as he dies in scarlet glory, new, smaller illuminations are born in the opposite corner of the sky. By the time sun is gone completely, they dominate the great above, a parade of holy light marching in a slow circle dance. You were taught of the stars while still in the chamber, but seeing them with your own eyes is a true wonder. Each of the stars has a color and brightness not quite like any other. Some are red as the body of fire. Some green as the grasses of earth. Some blue as the deeps of water. Some white as the clouds of the air. Some stand quietly, firm in the color, and some sparkle and flash, shimmering gaily. Even in the great above, the four sacred elements hold their being. A cool wind blows over you, ruffling your feathers. Inspiration is striking. You feel compelled to let your voice ring out in song. What shall you sing? Well, we could sing to fire, air, water, and earth, sing a lesser hymn to all of them, and remain silent and let the stars keep singing. Also, Brait, I hope you feel better. I hope your arm feels better. Well, I'm most intrigued by the brace ability, so I could focus on Earth, because Earth seems to be the one impressing me the most at the moment. Though I'm honestly happy with all the elements aside from fire, so it might be worth singing to all of them. Or we can let them all sing. I think that is an option too, of course. Let's sing a lesser hymn. I like that. Or we could just remain silent, which would probably not increase anything, but might have another effect. Let's sing a lesser hymn, though. I want to do that. I sing of fire, lying coiled around destruction, born of it and yet birthing it. I sing of water, which gently splits mountains and easily holds the greatest of beings. I sing of air, which passes beyond every gate, bearing my song to the farthest land. I sing of earth, upon which I rest now, and within which I will rest at time's ending. As leaves upon one branch, as branches upon one tree, as trees within one green, as green within the land, as land within earth, as earth within the one song, so are all things. Many in one, one in many, all connected at the center. Your song grows quieter towards the end, as you sense that you are treading upon sacred ground. You leave it at that, but perhaps one day you will have the wisdom to make this song more than mere thoughts. Perhaps one day they will be a truth from which you can hold within. Even increase of elements. Your first sun is at an end, and it is more than you could ever have imagined, even with your creator's instruction. Sleeping in your lair is almost like being back in the chamber, but now you know too much. Your mind wanders from thought to thought, seeking to guide itself. Your hopes and fears toss you back and forth, scraping you uncomfortably between what was and what might have been. You see your creator lying silent before the no-tells, their chattering, screeching voices barking something incomprehensible as the red incandescence spreads along the ground. The white-black mocks you as you look on. You feel the dread one-two stomping of the Tellus, near you, upon you, over you. I really love how it blends the different things I see. I may have not met the white-black had I chosen not to fly. So it's interesting how the story blends it's adapting, but in such a natural flow that it doesn't feel unnatural. It's really good. You slide underneath the mountains to hide from them, but there are Tellus everywhere. Smaller and stone-kinned underground, small and willowy in the woods, coarse and shouting in the flatlands. It is not your precious essence they seek to shed, however. They are roaring for the flesh of something else, something older and more powerful than even a greatkin. You wake briefly, and your second sleep is far less troubled. Yeah, Poisaz, I'm a fairly decent writer, but then I play this and I'm like reminded, oh yeah, I'm really not a top class writer compared to something like this. This is exceptional. And as a new sun dawns, claiming laboriously over the mountains. Today you must emerge and seek your destiny. As you do, you may encounter many new things. You have not yet used your body to hunt and fight, nor have you ventured far from this makeshift inn. Do you wish to learn of these things in death, or do you wish to dive headlong into your destiny without such lessons? Do I want the tutorial? Or do I not want the tutorial? I guess the tutorial would be useful. I wish to learn how to hunt, fight, and explore. The water which fell from the sky prevented you from fulfilling your mission of destruction, and your core cries out for flesh. Perhaps a hunt would be wise. It is, however, also tempting to explore more of this beautiful world in which you find yourself. Exploring your territory will reveal new opportunities, challenges, treasures, hunting grounds, and more. How will you spend this, your second son? Well, we haven't eaten yet. Probably good to get some food. Let us begin by hunting. We can worry about exploration once our health bar is not bad. The wood just outside your den seemed replete with the presence of lesser good beasts. It should not take long to find one. Ah, yes. This is one of the small furry beasts whose scent calls to you. The kin call it a tree tail, in honor of its close relationship with trees and its luxurious, expressive tail. It is small, but it will do. Ah, okay, it's a squirrel. Sorry, Tuffy. Understanding the music of your partner in the dance is vital. Begin by examining the tree tail more closely. Any good beast, such as you can easily sense how much fire there is in the essence of another. Okay. Fire influences physical might and how dangerous an opponent will be in the dance of destruction, which some call combat. If they are strong with this element, beware. You may catch them, only to find they are quite capable of destroying you instead. As you can see, this is not a great concern when it comes to tree tails, as the gem is empty and not even a small part of the sigil of fire is shown. Oh, we're looking at the scroll stats. So they have decent water and air, but they have no fire and earth. In other words, they have no attack power, no defense, but they're very quick and they're clever. So yeah, this is your opponent's water affinity. The more complex the water sigil, the keener the prey's senses, and the more difficult they will be to approach without discovery. The Earth Sphere represents health and resilience. A being strong in this element will not easily surrender its essence. Great effort will surely be required to bring something great in Earth to destruction. Beings with high Earth also possess a strong will, and so even indirect attempts to harm one will fail unless the attacking element is even higher. Once again, tree tails, compared to other larger prey, are not very difficult to bring down at all, provided you can get your claws on them. This is your opponent's air affinity. Note that it seems to have a little mastery in it, indicating that it is slightly quick. Compare this with your own air affinity to see how difficult it would be to chase. It would be slightly faster than me, but I could probably do it. Prey of high air affinity may be all but impossible to chase down and must be defeated by other means. Although you can sense roughly how attuned to each element a being may be and where their strengths lie, only by testing your abilities directly against them can you be sure of their skills. Be aware that many beings possess special abilities which allow them to survive upon Earth. Tree tails, for example, have the ability to climb, and so attempts to pursue them from far away will automatically fail. They will be able to reach a tree and scurry to safety. Only attempt to chase them after approaching as near as you can. A good way to begin a hunt is by stalking your prey, silently attempting to draw as close as you can without being noticed. The water element, which governs the senses, is your greatest asset here. The more powerful your connection to that element, the more silently you can move. Size also plays a role in stalking. If you are larger than your prey, you'll be at a disadvantage, and if smaller, at an advantage. My air symbol, oh, you're right! I have a level past his. Right. My symbol's intricate because it's leveled up. He's at like level 1, I'm at level 2. So actually I'm much faster than him. Okay, good point. Good point. You gotta pay attention to what the sigil looks like. Alright. In that case, let's slightly draw near. Ah yes, you are now much closer, enough to smell its fur, its personal scent, even its nut-tinged breath. Charging it now is tempting, but you also find yourself fascinated as you watch it forage for food. It moves in a particular way, not quite like that of other good beasts, and in observing you may learn something. Okay. Yes, you're already learning. Nature is an excellent teacher. If you hunt and observe each prey enough, you may gain a glimpse of their deeper truth, and then finding it, incorporate it into your own way, and become stronger. And that's something I want to do. But if you have sensed enough, you hunger for its tender flesh and thirst for its crimson essence. If you strike now, you might succeed in the chase, but perhaps you could draw even closer. So near now, and your prey is still completely ignorant of the shadow of destruction which falls upon it. If you strike at it with all your speed and strength, it will not stand a chance. Wait for the two circles to become one, then act quickly. What do you mean by that? Ah, I see. The hapless tree tail barely even has time to realize that you are there before you crunch its small bones in your jaws, tasting its perfect essence as you crush it several times and finally swallow it. Its flesh and its spirit will now become part of your own, granting you precious energy. You feel pride in your own skill and gratitude to the tree tail in equal measure. This is right. This is the way of all things. You have gained some energy. I have no trouble with a bit of a gory display like that if it's natural pred versus prey stuff. If it's circle of life stuff, it doesn't bother me at all. It's very natural. Ah, another one. Your core urges you on. You must have more if you are to grow great. The last one was old and weak. Its sense is dull. Not this one, however. Destroying it will be more of a challenge. A chase at this range against an animal which can climb trees is hopeless. Draw nearer, as before. You managed to draw nearer. Let's actually see his essence here. Though you remain hidden in the tall grass, your prey has heard rumor of your approach from a rather noisy twig you stepped on. It is now suspicious of you. So this one doesn't really have too many different stats, though. It seems to be the same. Okay, it's suspicious. What does this mean? All is not lost, however. Perhaps if you remain still and observe, there is still a chance that the tree tail will lower its guard. You have waited for a few precious moments, but the tree tail still suspects the danger may be near. When you wait and observe an opponent whose suspicion has been aroused, there is a chance that it will return to its way each time, but it is not guaranteed. Each individual animal is different, and fortune plays a role. Basically, it might be luck. Tubby is now part of a dragon. Energy is the gold trim along the... Yeah, we want to fill that up if possible. If you wait a little longer. Yes, there. It seems satisfied that it is not in danger and has lowered its guard again. Any movement from you while it's suspicious would surely have caused it to flee. Waiting silently when your prey becomes suspicious may cause it to relax in time, but beware. Each moment that passes brings your scent closer to it on the winds, and once it smells you, it will surely try to escape. You must stalk your prey quietly yet quickly before your scent is caught. The tree-tail's senses are obviously keener than the last. If drawing this close made it suspicious, trying to draw even closer will surely alert it. If your prey begins to chase, you'll be at a disadvantage, so you must now seize the initiative and attack. The surprise should give you the few precious instants that you need. It knows he's in fleas. We can chase. We're good at chasing. How's this work? Oh, okay. Whoa, shit. Sorry, I clicked the edge of the screen. Also, I'm trying to understand. Oh god, this isn't so great in window mode. I may have changed the game's resolution because I wasn't expecting that. That was more intensive than I expected. Also, that was really neat. Also, I messed up the resolution, but that's fine. I can fix it. Hold on. That's not a good minigame in windowed mode. I'll just say that much. How's that? That's better. Apologies for that. I guess that'll do. Right. Moving on. As you feel the luscious body of yet another tree tail move slowly down your craw, the joy of pure, wholesome destruction again sinks in. This is the dance of destruction, the fight for survival, which all beings dance with each other, and it is good. It is as it should and must be. No, the game did not change its resolution when it entered that minigame. It's just that I was supposed to click, and I had to click the edge of the screen, and in the process, I grabbed the edge of the window and changed the resolution. That's what happened. You've gained some energy. You no longer ache for sustenance, your core mostly quieted. There is, however, room for one more. How full can we make this, exactly? You may hunt up to 3 times per sun in an abundant hunting ground. Fewer prey exist in a middling or sparse area. Earth and Sun have blessed you. You have discovered a wounded member of the delicious long-ear tribe. Normally you would have to stalk and pursue it, which is no mean feat, as long-ears have swift feet and keen senses. However, this one is sporting a broken leg. It senses you, but it cannot flee. Let combat, the true dance of destruction, begin. Oh, okay. The true dance of destruction. Though your foe is not the most powerful of beasts, you cannot help but shiver a little. Both of you are wagering life, the most precious of treasures, against the skill of the other. What are you saying, Ultra? I'm a little confused. Like most aspects of life, fighting is ruled by the elements. Begin by examining both your own current mastery and those of your opponent. The element of fire is one of the 2 elements which rule over combat. As the element of strength and power, all physical damage is done based off mastery of fire. This guy... Let's see here. This particular Longear is much weaker than most of its kind due to its broken limb. Do not expect Longears to be this feeble in the future. I do notice, however, that, he has pretty good water, which, what is that again? I forget what water does. He actually matches me pretty well and has better water and matches my air. The other element which is crucial to the dance of destruction is Earth. As the element of fortitude and endurance, Earth dictates how much damage a creature can endure. Perception, right. Good, wonderful perception, and air is, of course, speed, but that's kind of weird as a broken leg, but okay. All actions taken in combat are associated with a particular element. A simple bite attack is the Earth element, while your burning breath is, of course, a fire attack. When you select an action, your opponent does as well, then both of them clash together. Certain elements have advantages over others. Water is strong as fire, fire rolls over air defeats water. Earth is neither advantaged nor disadvantaged as the other. So Earth is just, yeah, stoic. Also, yeah, this game definitely deserves a howl. This is definitely a good game. I see, Carr. Yeah, what Carr said is very accurate. Human destruction is an aberration, anomalous. It bends the world around itself rather than flowing with the world. So, okay, so fire beats air, air beats water, water beats fire. Okay. Each good beast has a way which gives it certain options and a set pattern of attack. Longears, for example, will always use a repeating earth, water, air pattern. You don't know where in the sequence it will begin, but once you're familiar with an animal's attack pattern, you should be able to quickly tell its next move and turn the fight to your advantage. Predictability. I cannot remember that. Let us begin with a simple bite. Being of the neutral earth element, this is a relatively safe choice. Ah, the clash. Both of you have been affected, though you have but a tiny scratch. The Longear is more seriously hurt. Your opponent is battered and worse for the wear. Your attacks are having an effect. As creatures, including you, are wounded, their air, water, and fire abilities will decrease. The earth always remains unchanged. Interesting. Since it is used an air attack and Longears always use an earth, water, air pattern, we know that its next move will be an earth technique. Nothing is strong or weak against earth, so any attack will do now. Let us use Swift Strike, an air attack which affects our opponents before you are affected by attack. The air grows richer with fear and despair. Your enemy is now injured. Good. Additional effects like Swift Strike's preemptive damage always occur if you win the elemental clash. On a tie, they will take effect if the element in question is higher than the opponent's earth. And they never occur on a lost clash. Okay. Your opponent's next attack will use the element of water. Because air is strong against water, let us use Swift Strike again. Redolent essence of the Longear dances on your tongue. It is crippled and stands in the very shadow of destruction. Victory! You gain additional damage and trigger this special effect by using air against water. The Longear is now badly hurt, and his next attack will be of air. It's time to finish this. Breathing fire will bypass most armor, but it costs energy to use, unlike most simple strikes. It is time. Ah, delicious indeed. Future meals will rarely be so easy, however. Be sure to use stalking to observe and get as close as you can. Pursue your prey swiftly and fight wisely. The Great Four, water, air, earth, and fire, shall be your guides. Beware, however, the good beasts of field and woodland are not the only beings of this world. Some have strange gifts, and others, such as the no-tails, may use their bizarre minds to break the rules of the dance. So our energy can fill all the way. It's good to know. Humans are animals blessed and accursed with an intellect and hollow in their being. Their hollow is filled with many things, wealth, lust, knowledge, chance. The hollow, however, always takes something in turn. I see Carr as being inspired by this game. Alright. I'm going to stop here, though. I believe it said that the game auto-saves all the time, so I do not have to save. Next time, we'll come back to this. This is absolutely captivating. Like, I don't even usually play visual novels, but... well, goodness me. I have to say, this is effectively a visual novel, but it takes that concept and it goes much further with it than most visual novels ever do. This is wonderfully written, for one, which even a lot of visual novels can't claim that. This is beautifully written. It's very poetic. makes sense. It's not like overly flowery, but it is really pretty at the same time how it's written. In addition, the art is very lovely. And just, yeah, it has some really good interactive gameplay along with that. So this is an excellent visual novel. I'm definitely going to come back to this, and this is definitely worth your time. If you have any even a passing interest in a good story, go consider getting Golden Treasure. I can tell this is something special.